I'm concerned about all that, and I'm concerned about the lack of understanding that people have about the implementation of things like a digital currency that is centralized, that's controlled by the government.
Right.
That scares the shit out of me.
Absolutely.
Because that's what and Maxine Waters, who has been promoting this, said that we need this to compete with China, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like saying we need communism to compete with communism.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
If you want to compete with communists, you have to be a communist. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, digital currency that's centralized by the state is terrifying because they'll connect it to a social credit score system.
Yeah.
If they connect it to a social credit score system, Tulsi Gabbard, I don't like what you said on the Joe Rogan Experience. We're going to go and eliminate your ability to fly.
Right.
You can't fly. You can't travel. You can't buy gas anymore.
Yep.
Which is what they do in China.
It's all within the realm of possibility. And you look at that, and what is the recent thing of, I think Elizabeth Warren was pushing for credit card companies to start tracking people who buy ammunition and firearms and report that to the government.
Visa is going to change the way they categorize gun sales. So they'll put gun sales in a different realm of of regular sales, which is to let people know, like, hey, we're watching you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not just because, like, oh, well, I'm just curious. No. There's a regulatory follow-up action to that.
As you guys can see right there, Joe is talking about why we need to educate people on CBDCs. And we're going to be checking out another clip from Joe Rogan's podcast here in a second. He talks about the solution to central bank digital currency. So stay tuned for that. But this is a tweet I liked here. Decentralized money, no digital dollar. A digital U.S. currency would be one of the most dangerous developments in history. When government can simply flip a switch to block all your transactions, it controls your entire life. We need a wall and a separation between money and the state. Understand that if we do have a central bank digital currency, the government will be able to do anything they want with your money. They can block it. They can say you have to spend it within 3 months. You can only invest in these certain things. It's just a lot of unnecessary control given to the government. It's not something that we actually want. And if you think this is all just some big conspiracy theory, do some research. The U.S. has been pushing for central bank digital currencies since last year when President Joe Biden gave the executive order on cryptocurrencies. And this is the Prime Minister of UK. Let's hear what he has to say about central bank digital currencies.
The group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK. And governments and central banks across the world are working together, looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice. This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient and available to everyone. A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future. It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world and in the UK.
As you guys can see, UK is looking to push central bank digital currencies. You have to push back. You have to vote these leaders out of office that want to do things like this. And you have to be aware about what is going on. But let's go ahead and get into this clip from Joe Rogan. He's talking about what is a potential solution. Here's a tweet I liked. Eventually it'll boil down to Bitcoin or CBDCs. Choose wisely. Let's go ahead and play the clip.
So here's this is all I'm working on, because there's a whole slew of young people who are just opting out, and they're moving to building parallel systems, parallel networks, which is pretty much the only thing you can do. We have all the technology, everything we need. My 2 projects, I brought them together, is podcasting that is protected and Bitcoin. And I'm just on the Bitcoin train because I believe that my money is safer there. I'm not talking about versus the U.S. dollar, just in general. And I think that we will see that in our future as very very protective for everything. As they say, Bitcoin fixes this. If you can fix the money, that's the broken part. The money system is broken. It causes the inflation. It causes the misery. It causes wars because it's linked to oil. So we have to go protect all that shit. It's fucked up. The dollar. I love America. We used to have our own. The banks would create dollars. They were promissory notes until this Federal Reserve Act came into play. It was a takeover. That's what Kennedy was talking about. The power that is unspoken by man. It's this banking system. If we continue to be in that, we're just fucked.
Yeah, and I have a lot of hope for cryptocurrencies. I really do. I don't know too much about them, but Bitcoin seems to be the one, and the Ethereum, the ones that the people who are in the know talk about the most. And my point is that what we're seeing right now, it's either going to go one way or the other. It's either going to fall apart completely, or we're going to use this as an opportunity to right the ship and come up with a better way to live our lives. It's going to be one of the other.
The fundamental difference, just so I say it, because otherwise people beat me up. The difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum is Bitcoin, there will only be 21 million. It cannot be changed. It cannot be inflated. You cannot say the same for Ethereum.
Oh, okay.
That's the main difference. Also, there's no CEO of Bitcoin.
Oh, there's a CEO of Ethereum?
Well, there's if you look at the history of it,
eventually
changes
king
can
of the
be made.
metaverse, and that's going to be a problem.
That's kind of what Facebook wanted.
Really?
Yeah, Facebook had the Libra, and it was all set up, and then the U.S. government intervened and said, "Fuck no," because that could easily become the default currency overnight.
Oh, Facebook
does all this local commerce. They own the classified market. They own the real economy. The small mom and pops. They own that shit, which is why everyone hates them, especially the news people. Because they're taking their salaries. They're taking their fucking money away. Newspapers, oh my God. Now, anyway, that's not the plan. The plan is the central bank digital currency. You will have crypto. You will have a digital wallet. It will be directly from the Federal Reserve to you. And there will be no little retail banking. That just won't happen anymore.
All online.
Oh, of course.
No more brick and mortar in 50 years?
I mean, no. You just use it like you use Venmo now. Use the same way, only you'd be connected to the Federal Reserve, to the central bank. Now you've been completely morphed into where they want you to be, because then they fully control you.
But do you think there'll be retail stores? You think there'll be retail, right?
Well, if you believe in the metaverse that Neil Stephenson wrote about in Snow Crash, which I read. Actually, I had metaverse.com for a long, long time. The only thing left in meat space once we live in the metaverse, is Domino's pizza delivery and FedEx and hoverboards. That's all that's left.
In that order?
Pretty much.
In the meat space. I love that term.
Yeah,
the
pretty
meat
much.
space.
Yeah. But, I think there's a real possibility that, how about this, just for a scenario, you're already in the gaming world, you kind of love it, you got the goggles on, it's augmented reality, it's virtual reality. Now maybe I can get a gig, maybe I can put on a glove and do this and operate a robot, remotely in a factory somewhere. Or maybe I can train artificial intelligence, basically training to get rid of me. These are all things that I believe is where Silicon Valley wants to take us.
Could you imagine if that was a thing where you got a job in the metaverse, and through the metaverse you were making things at a factory in a real place?
Oh, that's going to happen. Oh, for sure. Come on, man. Elon's already jacking into your brain. Of course this is going to happen. This is transhumanism. This is truly what one of the big agendas is integrate people with technology.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, and thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. We love making these videos for you guys every single day. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. But my name's Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one, and have a great rest of your day.